The future of human. Humanity is at a critical juncture. We stand at a juncture of unprecedentedly rapid change. In the course of human history, it appears that the future could go in either direction. Between utopia and destruction. The threats we confront are formidable, but underneath the widespread pessimism about the future are indications that humanity will not only survive the coming centuries, but thrive deeply within the few certain. No one knows what will happen next. A significant calamity threatens the extinction of the human species and the collapse of civilization. Plateau, where humanity avoids catastrophe, but reaches a limit of advancement. And third is transcendence, where humanity realizes its maximum potential, multiplies into the trillions. Or transforms en route into something wholly unimaginable. Envisioning these futures will illuminate the dangers we face and the potential we possess, as we enter a new, unpredictable era. For the planet Earth, as well as for ourselves. Humanity is not unfamiliar with disaster. Our ancestors have endured meteor impacts, glacial ages, supervolcano eruptions, and lethal epidemics, rebounding back to greater heights each time. Our greatest hazards no longer originate from the natural world. They are derived from cells. Since the advent of nuclear weapons, the probability of self-destruction has surpassed all others. According to some estimates, the risk of causing our own extinction is more than 300 times greater than the risk of extinction due to natural causes. The Future of Life Institute identifies 4 major threats to our survival. Nuclear conflict, climate change, biotechnology, artificial intelligence. To fathom the gravity of these hazards, we must visualize their worst-case scenarios. The soot from a large-scale nuclear conflict could reduce global temperatures by nearly 10 degrees and take out up to 63% of the population. Stockpiles, but there are still approximately 10,000 warheads in existence. Presently, we are on course to heat the Earth by around 2.7 degrees by 2100. Which could displace over 1 billion people. But in the worst case, we could initiate CO2 inflection points and cause up 12 degrees of warming in the coming centuries. Technology has the potential to solve major crises like food scarcity and disease, but could give small groups of people of a designer pathogen could have. death toll higher than a global nuclear conflict. AI is the source of the most difficult to estimate risk. It is the first potential peril we may not be able to outwit. It has the potential to become a formidable ally. Or it could ultimately outcompete us for the world's resources and drive humanity into obscurity. Navigating this new risk landscape will be the greatest obstacle we have ever encountered. And new unknown threats are guaranteed to materialize the more we progress, but despite on their own are likely to lead to our total extinction. In fact, we may be among the least endangered species on the planet. Our vast numbers and widespread distribution provide a geographical barrier against extinction. We inhabit every corner of the Earth, from arid to tundra and minuscule isolated islands, which could function as natural quarantines in case of global calamity. Even if 99.9% of humanity perished in a catastrophe, 8 million of us would survive. True? Although we propagate slowly, we no longer rely on the ponderous tempo of natural selection in order to adapt. We have the ability to adapt thousands of times quicker than any other species in the annals of existence because of technology. Lastly, our generalist diets allow for a wide flexibility in food sources. An attribute that was crucial to the survival of species during past catastrophic extinctions. The catastrophe hazard ultimately hinges on a single question. How durable is civilization? How much a blow can we endure and still continue? The Black Death of 1347 killed up to half of Europe's population and 1/10 of the world's population. The same proportional impact today would inflict devastation on our interconnected global economy. However, as long as our infrastructure and knowledge remain, we were able to recover and maintain an upward trajectory. If we suffered a collapse, precipitous enough to extinguish global industry, it would make for a much lengthier, more precarious recovery. And if we somehow lost the capability for agriculture and were driven back to hunter-gatherer lifestyles, the Earth could only sustain 10 million of us. Our population, as it was 100 centuries ago, would necessitate a minimum of 105,000 survivors to successfully repopulate the planet. Below that threshold, the bottleneck would be too congested, and we might never recover. To perceive what is at issue, we must consider what distinction would entail. Our greatest peril comes not from a single catastrophic event, but from the compounding effects of disasters that overlap and blend together in unpredictable ways. In 2009, two researchers conducted a thought experiment to determine what it would take to extinguish humanity. Phase 1 witnesses a rapid decline in human population from global warfare and collapse of global industry and agriculture. In Phase 2 the remaining natural resources are depleted over the next 2 centuries. And Phase 3 foresee a downward spiral of a volcanic eruption, leaving the last remaining bands of humanity unable to cling on any longer. Such an outcome would not only be lamentable for the loss of life, for the loss of future prospective life. Billions or even trillions of our potential descendants would never come to be. Distant planets would remain unexplored. It would be the end of music, poetry, and art in our part of the galaxy, and perhaps the entire universe. However, there is an even superior site to construct a sanctuary like this. Some have proposed lunar arks for storing genetic material in volcanic tunnels beneath the moon's surface. Here, they would be safe from global catastrophe, erosion, Mike's imminent rights, and solar radiation. The greatest method to ensure our long-term survival, however, is to make a leap that no other life form has ever made. To evolve into a multi-planet species. If intelligent life is established on another planet, the likelihood of our extinction will diminish significantly. We will carry our faults with us and we will confront new and unknown dangers the further we venture from Earth. However, it will be worthwhile. A sustainable, interplanetary civilization will serve as the basis for a protracted and perilous future. But is this superior future truly present? To reach? Or are we at the pinnacle of our abilities? How far can we travel? In theory, it is conceivable that civilization will maintain the status quo for the foreseeable future, avoiding both transformation and catastrophe. There could be unforeseen obstacles preventing us from moving forward. In actuality, however, plateau will be a temporary condition at best. In the near future, exponential changes in technology and Earth's climate will compel humanity to adopt new strategies. Further, options will be available to us. Even if we exhaust every ounce of fossil fuels and roast the Earth, a supervolcano eruption and a new ice age will occur within the next 100,000 years. Without active climate management, the glaciers will have their revenge as mild, thick sheets ice steamroll enormous swaths of North America and Europe. It is believed that approximately every 27 million years, the Sun passes through the asteroid-concentrated middle region of our galaxy, causing a cyclical mass extinction. And around 1 billion years from now, the brightening of the Sun will make Earth too heated for photosynthesis, and the oceans will gently boil away, extinguishing all existence on the Earth. Without a radical transformation, the modern civilization will perish. One option will be to let nature run its course on Earth and move to off-world habitats. Bishop rings are circular megastructures that could accommodate more than 1 billion individuals. They could offer over 3 million square kilometers of land, as much as India or Argentina. They could be constructed from lightweight carbon nanotubes, and their rotation would generate enough gravity to support their own atmosphere. If we choose to remain on Earth, however, we are not at the mercy of our planet. We have the ability to determine its future. In spite of all the threats we confront, utopian futures are within reach. And sooner than we might anticipate. Our contemporary capabilities would appear divine to our progenitors. However, what we have accomplished thus far may diminish in comparison to what lies ahead. Since the Industrial Revolution, techno has reached an all-time apex. We do not perceive these positive trends as plainly due to our negativity bias, which makes us more attentive to negative information, but the forward momentum cannot be denied. Our course correction towards a sustainable civilization now appears irreversible. The cost of solar and wind energy is falling faster than predicted by experts, making them frequently cheaper than fossil fuel. Advance artificial intelligence. Biotechnology. Already, projects like AlphaFold are discovering struck of pathogens and remedies for cancer, far quicker than humans could. Over 10,000 diseases are caused by mutations in a single gene, and gene editing technologies such as CRISPR have the potential to cure all of them. These upward trends are multiplying human potential by an enormous amount. We are currently the largest population of humanity ever to exist. If these trends continue, we may acquire the ability to regenerate extremities indefinitely, placing us on the verge of the most profound change in our history. Achieving these breakthroughs will require technological advances that the human intellect alone cannot achieve. NASA has already began using AI to design mission hardware, outperforming human designers by a factor of 3. It is also a pioneer in the development of more environmentally friendly biofuels and drought-resistant crops, which could be essential in the battle against climate change. And this is just the beginning. We are witnessing the commencement of an eruption of intelligence to solve complex problems that humanity has been unable to solve. Aligning it with human values will be an enormous and novel challenge. However, this will be a crucial step, not only for the immense prosperity it could bring, but also to combat the menace of malicious AI. A secure superintelligence should be the top priority for human advancement. If we can safely leverage the power of AI for human betterment, then we can paint a utopian future our progenitors could hardly conceive. A future devoid of disease and starvation in which biotechnology has stabilized the climate and biodiversity. Where ample renewable energy is created in collaboration with AI. Where rocketry and material science advancements have propelled humanity to distant planets and moons. And where new tools of music expression open new frontiers of beauty, experience, and understanding. All of this may be merely a prelude to an even greater future. If our energy use continue its exponential growth, we could ultimately control more energy than the Earth itself receives. Is evolving into a Type 1 civilization. A recent study indicates that this could occur as early as 2371. And if we maintain 3% annual growth, we would reach Type 2 in a few thousand years. Capable of controlling all solar energy. If our species survives until the demise of the Sun in 5 billion years, it could lead to the existence of some 600 quadrillion people. And by colonizing space, a great deal more could come into being. Equivalent to 100 billion inhabitants inhabit the Milky Way. However, the further we travel through space and time, the more dissimilar we will become. We may divide into multiple species. Each individual has a unique tolerance for change. Some may choose to fuse with our machines to create a new hybrid species, eschewing natural selection in favor of technological evolution. While others may time since the Neanderthals that more than one human-like species walk the Earth. And if we ever digitize our consciousness, human identity could diversify in an infinite number of ways. As we into new, more potent forms, we will eventually have to confront a profound question. What is our ultimate goal? We could strive for the lofty objective of colonizing the entire galaxy, of becoming a Type 3 civilization and reordering the Milky Way to our own designs. We could aspire to outlive the stars themselves in approximately 1 trillion years. However, these distant desires are not within our reach. If they are ever accomplished, it will be by one of our distant descendants. Evolve well beyond their human origins. Possibly, humanity's ultimate objective should be more personal. To protect the Earth, the small stony planet where everything began. By separating the Earth from the expanding Sun, we could extend the game of life by billions of years. This could be done by constructing. But it would be a genuinely worthwhile objective. To offset the destruction we have caused and keep life flourishing for eons more. An ultimate deed of atonement for humanity. Only worst-case scenarios can stop us. If we are able to evade them, we have the potential to create a vast new branch of life that could surpass Earth and propagate throughout the universe. If there is one lesson or history can teach us, it is important to never underestimate the human species. Thanks for watching. Please like, comments, share, and hit the subscribe button.